All right, welcome back. Spirit Child 1723. We're doing the January readings. Hope everyone had a decent December. A couple things. I'm going to make a energy healing type video. It's really a release using the element of fire and its energy that's been around for a while. We're going to reset it up, and if there's something you want to get rid of with 2024, I'll try to get that done before January 15th, and we'll see how it goes. See if anyone's interested. The other one is people asking for personal readings. I put a recommendation in my description for Angel Pathways, so you can go and check out her website and see if that's someone you would like to have do a reading for you. I'm gonna continue to start working on my website and get that in order, so there's no confusion when I get to a point where I want to do readings. Hopefully, it'll be easy peasy, or as less confusing as possible. Because I listen to some people and they're like, "Hey, email me back when you get the, and you make sure after you send the money to PayPal, you send another email." And I want to have it so it's a little easier. Anyways, all that aside, I'm going to do this reading right here. Think of a question. I've only usually done this with private readings. But if there's something the reading doesn't touch on and you want answered, we're going to draw one card at the end. So keep that in mind. And let's just get busy with Aries, January 2025. And for you guys that have watched the readings, time is really a circular thing. It's not linear. Um, Anyways, if you're on the reading, you found the reading, hopefully there's something here you can take today. All right, let's do this. Aries, in the month of January, please and thank you. One more card, Spirit, please and thank you. Wow. Okay, one more card there. Oh, that's a whole clump. Nope, just one card, Spirit, please. Thank you. Aries, there it is. Wow, a lot of big energy here, guys. All right, so Aries, starting off, we have the King of Pentacles, generosity. This is established, slow, predictable, planned out energy. They've already established their kingdom and established many ways to make money and use it properly and save it and just exist in the 3D world. I won't say with the minimal of effort, but they got a system going that works for them, and they can create what they want. They're just a little slower than some of the kings, right? So good, solid earth type, energy. Then we have the Knight of Wands. So that's a little different. That's a fiery action. That's the wands, desires, passions, about action. Yeah, it says action on the card. Yeah, it's about action, right? I'm showing this guy getting ready to launch his homemade sword, and he has a feline, and I don't know. It could be a puma, could be a cheetah, not a cheater. It could be a cheater, but a cheetah, and this is going to retrieve, the game that this person hit. So this guy has his eye on the prize. His energy is moving. He's going after it. He's going for it. Whether it's a person, whether it's something in the 3D. It could be a relationship, but this is about, he ain't waiting around. He's already in action, right? He's gonna launch that arrow. And then we have the Hierophant. All right, Angels of Blessing. So this is a more spiritual view of marriage or unions, unionship, however you want to call it, spiritual partners. It brings up the new versus the old as far as traditions. Um, this is someone that's based in spiritual philosophy. Very wise person. This this person, along with other energies, somebody that the king would reach out to, what I mean, for guidance, if it fell under the spiritual category, or to have marriage done in his kingdom. Yeah, pretty crazy. All right, we got the intuitive empath deck for the next row. Yeah, the artwork's unbelievable. Now the book has long written out definitions. We're not going to use that. We're going to go by the energy of the drawing, the colors, and stuff like that, and we will figure out exactly what's going on. They're great cards. Trying to change it up here to make different type of readings, so people that are repetitive watching the readings don't see the same type of cards over and over and over again, right? It's so much makes it interesting for me, but it makes it easier for me too to uh, you know be inspired, right? All right, so we have Taken Vow. I think that came out with Torres. Yeah, and you have the hero from. Okay. Um, so this is about. I was. Let me make sure. Yeah, I have this as somebody in a spiritual club, organization, fraternity, brothers or sisters, whether someone that's starting to ascend. They're getting downloads. They're getting a lot of different signs, synchronicities, information, but more importantly, there's a possibility, they have an ascension symptoms and they think they're sick, and it's really just they're being elevated to a different level, which means they've done the work and they prepared and they followed the path or a proven system. Um, there's spiritual energy mixed with like throat chakra energy. There's just a lot going on. There's a little bit of base chakra energy, but it's more about this person's crown and third eye are getting all rearranged here in this energy. Here we go. And next card out, um, after the Knight of Wands, which this could be that could be showing somebody going after their spiritual gifts. The Knight of Wands, activating empathic magic. Activating empathic, activating empathic magic. So 29 card. Um, so this is about clear sentience, right? This is about feeling, somebody that senses the energy, senses the room, walks in the room and, you know, if somebody got sick there and maybe got brought to the hospital and died or whatever, when that person was real sick, whatever residue that energy is in the room, this type of person walks in the room and they're like, they sense like somebody wasn't doing well here, even though there's no sign, that someone was sick there in the present, right? It's just an example, just trying to help you understand. They call it clair sentience. Perceive and sense. It can be odor. It could be smells. Some people can connect with smells. Um, intuitive empaths usually the solar plexus, the guts. And the person will use the verbiage too. If they're clairvoyant, they're going to see, I don't like the way that room looks, right? If they're if they're clairsentient, they're going to be like, this room don't feel right to me set up that way, right? So you can look at the language to see which gifts someone might have or use more often than the others. All right, the next card out is examining self-identity, Aries. We're in January. Examining self-identity. So again, self-reflection. Are you being true to yourself? Are you being true to your values? Are you making decisions based on your core values? Um, are you acting like the person you want to become? The change you want to become. Um, staying true to yourself. Um, hopefully there's 5D mixed in with the 3D. We have to live in this 3D world, right? But there's also soul growth that has to happen, and that's all 5D to me. Everyone's got a different interpretation, but I say 5D is spiritual, 3D is material, 4D is people that passed on and got trapped, haven't gone to the light and can't come back fully in the earth. Eh? All right, misjudgment card coming out in the next row for Aries, followed by say yes and intermittent fasting. Got Laurel and Hardy. Oh, Hardy's definitely the single, the skinny guy. I'm more like Hardy. All right, misjudgment. Everyone just wants to be treated as if they're normal, right? So there's a Volkswagen Bug right here, but if you look in the background, there's other cars, right? So it's just showing that everyone has different tastes. It doesn't have to be the same. Just let people be where they're at. And then in the front, you get this Martian personality, and then you have this cross of a ancient Inca, with a more modern Indian, all in one. And the card's talking about kind of live and let live, right? Um, be respectful to different cultures and try to learn about their customs and be accepting of whatever they do, even though it isn't the exact same as your path. Somebody in Aries, I guess, need to hear that. And then underneath activate and empathic magic is say yes. It's far better that you attempt to do something great and fail than not try at all. All right. So we have a sheep. We have somebody in the spirit world. We have somebody down here that been, this person's been communicating to the ancestors and trying to figure out their life purpose and what to do next. And this card is just you have the Knight of Wands, so this is just when you have that direction, take action. And if you fail, you make an adjustment and you try it again. All like you can have a perfect business plan and a roadmap to get from A to point K, say, but stuff comes up and there's adjustments that what I've learned as I get older. If it's really important to you, you don't give up on it. That was my old answer for everything, is like, oh, this is going to be too hard. Oh, this just wasn't meant to be. Those are all excuses. If you want it bad enough, you're going to readjust. Sometimes you got to collect the money needed to go forward, or adjust something else in the plan and go back at it. um, and nothing of great value comes with little effort, right? You're gonna have to apply some physical effort, in the 3D world to make some goals happen and to change your life for the better. Then we have intermittent fasting, which I don't know when this deck was made, but definitely has been a popular thing over the last 2 years. Heal your body with fasting. Your body has inbuilt intelligence and it can detox and heal itself. So it's about giving yourself a break, and if you had a certain diet and you went off a little bit on the holidays or whatever, it's kind of saying, go ahead and clear it out, give yourself a cleanse and start over. Yeah, it's good information. Just like any diet or eating plan, your body gets used to it, and sometimes you just really need to throw the curveball, and sometimes you can start that by, a little bit of maybe a 24-hour water fast, and then go to a sort of a different type of, eating schedule or different pattern or different combinations of the foods. Whatever it takes to unstick your body, what your body, if you're looking to lose and your body's just stuck there, and if you're looking to gain, similarly, your body's stuck and you can't gain weight and you want to gain weight. That's never been my problem. I'm always we need to get rid of some weight. But to change it up, look for something different, and sometimes a month of that, you go back to what you were doing prior and you might get a 6-month run out of it working. maybe not intensely as it did the first time, but it works again, because you gave your body a break of the same pattern. All right, so, oh, I'm sorry. We got to do the last row, the romance row. 3 cards. They're all out, all at once. I'm taking this. You got a grand slam here. Is that 3 or 4? I don't know. There's a grouping. There's a grouping for you, Aries and January, honeymoon, flirt, and religious factors. So, first card out is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So, we have New Year's and all different types of, you know, celebrations and customs and habits from different religions, philosophies, and cultures that everyone has their own way of celebrating it. It's not always January 1st. Then we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. That's the best way overall is to be playful, but not offensive. You know, stay in that lighthearted kid energy. But this is saying, to romantically flirt. I say, this is not the energy of the card, but I say, like, just read the situation and don't cross the line. Everyone has a different level of what's appropriate and when it becomes offensive, and they'll let you know if they're highly offended. Most of them will let you know. And then we have religious factors. So that's one of the 5 cards in this deck that I'm like, it's a no-brainer, right? Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Well, you don't let go of how you've been raised, right? You don't let go of every aspect. You might change and adapt and take on a new belief system, but there's always going to be a certain amount of thinking and behavior that comes from your original spiritual or religion upbringing. So how could it not affect the type of person that you're going to be with, right? And I'm not trying to come off like you know this doesn't mean anything, but it seems like it's kind of overstated. Like, we might not think of it, right? Sometimes we want to make something work, but, it just is not because of the vast difference in customs. And, there's not enough compromise, on each side to make something work, right? So that's what I have for you, Aries. I like this. I like the honeymoon thing, right? And taking a vow. Oh yeah, there's definitely some fire energy with the Knight of Wands, where some of you guys are ascending, spiritually and stuff, and there's also a card of reflecting and self identity and self value. So, all right, back to the beginning. If you joined late, I was asking the collective to um, just think of a question they want to answer to. I know it works great with individual readings, but I'm trying it as a collective. I'm not doing an interpretation, right? I'm going to hold up the card. So think of your question, and you guys are the reader for this last card. That's the way we're going to do it, whether you want to be a reader or not. All right, you got your question that I did not cover in the reading. It can't be a subject I covered in the reading, or the offer is null and void. All right, so this came out twice. Hey guys, you wanna look at Cancer? I don't know. See, I don't know the horoscope, the signs all that well. That I don't know if Aries and Cancer is a good match or not. But this is your answer. And all I can say is you can go back and look at Cancer because they had the same card at the end. And again, you're the one that makes the interpretation. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope you like the new style reading. If you made it to the end, I'm really looking to get the subscribers up to 25% that come and view again, rather than I've been fluctuating between 17 and 19%. Sometimes I've gone down to 15%, but for this to go forward, I need to get returning viewers up to 25% on the subs. So have a great new year, and we'll see you soon.